Ricky Jones here again with the news. Today I present to y'all another video about one of my favorite YouTubers currently. This is a video from the Tupac's Hoax Revealed channel. And news broke yesterday that Mr. R.Kelly himself, again, is back in the scrutiny of the world. Uh, Gloria Allred, CNN, and CBS stated that they received. Oh, what's going on here? Hold on. Let's get this right. They stated that they received a purported 42-minute video of a naked man who appears to be R. Kelly. Now, the details the CNN reported about what's going on in the tape allegedly has been turned over to Chicago law enforcement, and it's of great concern to Mrs. Allred. If you don't know Gloria Allred, she's currently representing a lot of R. Kelly's purported victims, and she also has been in front of the Me Too movement. I saw her around during the slut walk stuff. Pretty much any issue in regards to anything going on with women, whether how big or small, good or bad, high or low, it seems like Gloria's right there front and center with a fresh pompadour on deck. But yeah, the person is being described as another 14-year-old. Um, Man, I don't know. It states in the article that Allred also represented Faith Rogers. She was one of the women in the surviving R. Kelly documentary. She had a pair of lawsuits against R. Kelly where she claimed that R. Kelly gave her an STD, but she did say she was 19 when she met R. Kelly, so it's unlikely that she's the woman in the video. I don't know why they would even imply that. Um, Most of the articles that I found in regards to this new information surfacing about R. Kelly are actually quite short. And what I mean by that is the information in regards to this new tape is short. It's usually a 1 to 2 paragraph spiel about that, and then they go into who R. Kelly is again and what happened in 2002, and they just kind of rehashing everything really by bringing this stuff up. Um, it would be safe to say to me that if a video arose and it was this Robert Kelly individual in the video, he would have been arrested immediately, considering his history. So because of that, I decided to bring up this video. I watched this video the day it was released. As I said, I am a subscriber to their channel, so I watch the videos as soon as they drop when I can. This particular video is focusing on the surviving R. Kelly documentary, and it's speaking on mainly the music in the documentary, the information about R. Kelly in the documentary, and issues of licensing. How licensing works, if you don't know, I'll give you an example in the sports realm. When you're watching First Things First, First Take, the Colin Cowherd show, and all those shows, when you see them showing clips of the NFL, Tom Brady, oh, apologize, I gotta get used to this headset, it's new. When you see them showing clips of football players and there's a voiceover of Cowherd talking or Shannon Sharp talking, each one of those clips, it's $50,000 a clip. So every time they're running that, the NFL is saying, hey, it's 50 grand every time you show it. Now they might have some type of deal worked out because these are the networks, but on par to how licensing works, 50,000 a clip for NFL. That's why they got NFL Films. That's why they got NFL Classic. They show they shit for perpetuity. So if you want to show it, you got to pay. In regards to R. Kelly's music, someone owns it. R. Kelly doesn't own a lot of rights to his music. I'm sure he owns some level of royalty because he's been able to keep his head above water. Um, I never heard of an R. Kelly bankruptcy, but it's probably some shit out there flying around about it. But let's get into this video. Surviving R. Kelly Exposed. The title of it is R. Kelly is in on it. Let's watch. Give me that party love. Right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. I know it's not popular to like the music, man, but listen. That's like these people who watch Rosemary's Baby. They separate the art from the person. They know who Roman Polanski is, but they damn sure can watch Rosemary's Baby every Halloween. One-eyed symbolism.
In the middle of all of these allegations, R. Kelly's just dropping music.
I believe I can fly.
Woo!
Songs like Ignition.
Here's the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen.
I Wish.
See you again someday, yeah. Cause there is something that I want from you.
A very talented young man.
Boy, be brave, don't be afraid. We're gonna go all the way.
Say what? Who's the little? It was that
young girl.
Time out, y'all. Time out, y'all. Hold on. I just want to see something real quick. Pause. Pause, y'all. Now I know Aaliyah was a tall young lady. As far as you can tell. They say Aaliyah was 5'9" tops. They say it's a video of her talking to Beyonce, and Beyonce's 5'7", and she's taller than Beyonce. But they saying, I'm sorry, there's a video, she's 5'5" tops. There's a video of Aaliyah talking to Beyonce, who's about 5'7". So Aaliyah's about 5'6". How tall is this person? Is that Juicy? Is that you, Juicy? That's Juicy from the Ricky Smiley Show. Y'all need to hit her up. She knows something. Who's that damn
young
midget?
girl.
Yes, they did. Indeed, they did. Yeah, because it is a business. It's the business of music, not the music business. Check. Okay.
Here's the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen.
Hey, who's that dude? It looked like Gaddafi from Tupac. Wasn't he dead then?
Fresh out the kitchen. See you again someday, yeah. 'Cause there is something that I want from you.
Boy, be brave, don't be afraid.
Yes, he did. Somebody published them
How
and
do you get
distributed
permission
them.
to use a song in your video or film? You need special permission called a synchronization or sync license from the owners of the copyright in the song.
You need special permission from the owners of the copyright in the song.
So you find out who owns the copyright. You submit a request, and then you wait for an approval called a quote. If you agree to pay the required license fee in a written contract that they prepare, that's it, you're done. Most shows and films have a music supervisor who helps find the music and identify the owners, and then a lawyer or paralegal or other executive will handle the actual licensing.
Now, R. Kelly in particular might not have been the one to give this licensing or publishing, because they say R. Kelly don't own the rights to none of his music. Maybe. Now, the key to this is commercial use, such as with radio or a television ad. Copyright law is very complex, but the key to this is the commercial use. Because as soon as the R. Kelly documentary went to commercial, those advertisers were paying that network. In turn, the residuals have to be divvied out to those who are playing part in this production.
Recently, you guys said it wasn't an R. Kelly ban, but you said there's a bunch of artists that we don't like.
Within the past hour, I learned commissioners instructed the county attorney to send a letter to the concert promoter, Live Nation, to cancel R. Kelly's concert. A collective group.
Now, if you don't understand what's going on here, they're showing how all of these controversial documentaries, interviews, and news coverages have affected R. Kelly as an artist. So, under those fair use guidelines, meaning I just want to use your music, I'm not trying to make money off your music. Well, you use my music in a piece of work that interferes with the marketability of the original work, because they start pulling that music off of the streaming services and whatnot, which they started to slowly put them back on. But because of that, this ain't fair use.
Group of women known as Mute R. Kelly are trying to do just that. Yet Barnes asked the commission to pull the plug on R. Kelly's August 25th concert. Mute R. Kelly wants Atlanta to follow the lead of at least 3 other cities who have canceled his concerts. They've cited low ticket sales. Anecdotally, the low ticket sales are due to public outrage.
R. Kelly now.
You don't.
Threatening to sue Lifetime, of all people, if they go ahead tonight and air a 6-part docu-series, Surviving R. Kelly, which...
I admit that I don't own my music. I admit that I will own my music. Want it back, but they don't wanna do it. What the fuck, nigga? I wrote that music. I did that bump and grind. I did that 12 play. I did that fed up. I changed the damn game.
Now, if you don't know what that song was, that was off of his long form song called I Admit, where if you take the stuff for what it's worth on the surface, he exposed a lot of information in regards to his upbringing, his start in music, his career in music, and the after effects of his fame. Now, it's important to know that ASCAP and BMI, they collect royalties, and their job is to collect and distribute those royalties properly in due time to those who it's owed to. December 21st, 2016. BMI repertoire. Now, if you don't know what the repertoire is, this is showing that R. Kelly might not fully own the publishing rights and distribution rights to these works, but he does still have credit, whether as a producer or a writer or an artist or whatever, arranger, whatever he did on these songs that you're about to see, all 265 of them, he still receives payment for those songs. If you don't know, ask your halfway serious local rapper, and he'll tell you about the BMI repertoire. So, were any of those songs played in that documentary currently in R. Kelly's BMI repertoire, which he still receives a check for yearly or quarterly or bi-yearly or however his shit's divvied out? Ignition. Robert Kelly Publishing Incorporated. I Wish remix. R. Kelly Publishing Incorporated, he still gets a bag. Man, the internet's Aliyah. Age ain't nothing but a number. R. Kelly Publishing Incorporated. The songs he mentioned on the track I Admit, which was released in 2018, Bump and Grind, 12 Play, etc. He may not have the rights to the songs played, but he shares the publishing, with the exception of I Believe I Can Fly. So that means that he might not be able to tell somebody who can use the music, but when it is used and it's used commercially and not in fair use, he still gets a piece regardless. Why would they do that? Why would they choose those songs? They could have just played I Believe I Can Fly over and over. Because he don't own a bit of that. Don't own a bit.
I admit that I don't own my music. I admit that I will own my music. Want it back, but they don't wanna do it. What the
How a dyslexic man, how an illiterate man write all his music? I admit that I don't own my music. I admit that I wrote all my music.
fuck nigga, I wrote that music. I did that bump and grind. I did that 12 play.
He still gets songwriting credit. Also, again, his logo. It's deeper. It's deeper than rap. What Rick Ross say? You know what? That's why I do. That's why I do appreciate Rick Ross, because you're gonna get into this thing. It's about four solid ways to get into the music business, but the two general ways people get in is through a connection, knowing somebody that's already in the game. When you know somebody that's already in the game, the only job you have to do at that point is to create interest. The second way is to have very good music that creates interest and in turn create something that can promote you to gain continued interest. Two main ways. Create interest based off of being able to get into the business off of a relationship, and in turn have to promote and market either yourself or your product, or have a good product and in turn create something around yourself that can continue to promote their product. Some of the most boringest dudes are some of our greatest rappers. Some of our most charismatic people are some of the worst artists. But they still find a way to sell their intellectual property. Rick Ross is great for that. Shout out to 50 Cent. What does 50 Cent get paid to be a villain? To be an arch nemesis within the entertainment hip hop side? Man, 50 Cent is something else.
I am handcuffed like a lot of you motherfuckers. I'm handcuffed by my destiny. It's too late. They should have did this 30 years ago. It's too late.
This is one reason I've never seen the R.Kelly tape also. Knowing how strict child pornography laws are, and how you can't find any on the internet if you tried, how come the R. Kelly tape is on every major website? I'm guessing this is the R. Kelly tape. X videos, XNXX, Overthumbs, Pornhub, Hood Amateurs, Scandal Planet, all of those, I guess those are major porn websites, have this content. Out of those thousands of videos, how many of those men or women are underage? How many of them people are even from the United States? Go check out my video going over the Lil Wayne scripted shooting. It's very intriguing. Once again, Shout out to Tupac Host Reveal for providing the information just so we can have the conversation, man. The discussion is needed. Don't believe nothing. Look twice. Think 4 times before you make any actions. 1 and 2, knowledge plus wisdom equals understanding. That's peace.